afternoon everyone. It's another gorgeous day outside. Honestly, I just love hot weather. I think it's about 25 degrees. It's boiling. I've just tried to sit outside for a little bit and read my book just while the floor's dried, because I've just hoovered and mopped all of the floors and it's literally too hot, especially in the garden, because we don't have any proper like areas in the garden. We do have a couple of garden like chairs that we can sit on, but our garden is obviously just a big mess. But it's literally too hot to just sit in the sun, especially when I'm like fully clothed. It's actually like bikini weather. I'd be more comfortable in a bikini, but I need to go out in a minute, so I'm not going to put a bikini on. But yeah, I've just hoovered downstairs and mopped all of the floors. I've been putting that job off for ages. I hoover like a couple of times a week at least, but I feel like mopping the floors is such a big job, and then especially when there's like me and Louis coming and going and the dog, and when the weather's nice we have the back door open, I just feel like it's a waste of time. And I always think, oh, there's no point in me washing them like today, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it like next weekend, I'll do it when the weather changes a bit, because as soon as the dog's like in and out there's just paw prints everywhere and it just gets messy again. So I'd rather not waste my time cleaning it constantly for it to just be like messy. But I've done it, so that is a good job done. I'm just doing a few bits upstairs. I've got clothes to put away. Louis's gone on his stag do. He's gone for the weekend, thank God. Does anybody else actually really enjoy time like just on their own when the partner's like away for the night or the weekend or something like that? Like I really look forward to just it being me. Not all the time. He's only gone for, I think it's 3 nights, so he's going to Benidorm on his stag do. So yeah, he is back on Monday, I think. I don't know what time, but I've got the whole weekend to myself. I've got my dress fitting tomorrow. I know I've already mentioned that, so it's just right here. But yeah, we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I thought that while I'm up here and I'm literally waiting for Asda to tell me when my like click and collect is ready. You're very high up. I feel like a midget. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I need to go and get the Asda shop, which I think should be ready in about an hour, half an hour maybe. And it's Father's Day this weekend as well, so I need to just go and grab a card, get the Asda shop, come home, and then I think I'm gonna have a shower. I've done my fake tan again. Fake tan update. I know I've spoken about this a few times before, but I've used this this one, the Luxe Body Serum. I did this last weekend and then I've tried it again this weekend, mainly because I'm going for my dress fitting tomorrow, so I wanted to do this weekend and try and get like an exact idea of how I'm going to look on my wedding day basically. So this one is like a no transfer, like doesn't actually need washing off. It's honestly, you wouldn't think that you've got anything on your skin. This is the best thing I've ever used in my entire life. So yeah, I've basically just been waiting to finish work until I wash it off, but because I need to nip into town, I'm gonna wait until I've done that, come home, then obviously I can go in the shower, wash my makeup off, wash my hair. I'll stick some clothes back on because I need to walk the dog later, but it's way too hot to walk him like normal times. So yeah, I'm literally gonna have to wait until like much later on in the evening to take him on a walk. But yeah, this is the one. I think this is the wedding day fake tan. So I do need to oh my god, that was a fly. Oh Nelson's coming to check everything's okay. You're not in much of a hurry, are you? Mammy could have been dying. Everything's alright, I promise. I don't know what I was saying now. Yeah, anyway, this is the tan that I'm going to use for the wedding day. I need to wash this off, so this is still like sort of the tan that I did last night. So I'm hoping when I wash it off, like not all of it is going to come off, but I'll do that later and I'll let you know how it looks. But I feel like this is a really nice like natural tan. Obviously I'm wearing white as well, which I don't normally do, especially when I'm wearing tan that hasn't even been washed off, but it literally hasn't like transferred like onto this at all. Like honestly, I've never known anything like it. So yeah, that is a tan update, and I thought I would also just show you my wedding shoes, because I know I mentioned in my previous video that I would. So these are the shoes that I've got for the wedding. Really like classic, elegant, pointed toe. This was like the sort of style that I was wanting to go for. Partly because I feel like they are just timeless, classic, very elegant, but they're also comfortable for me. I do like the look of a barely there heel, but I feel like especially if it's hot weather and your feet are like sweating throughout the day, my feet just like slip forwards, and that's when they get really uncomfortable. So these are, I mean, I've only worn them for like 2 minutes wandering around the house. I probably should wear them in a little bit more just around the house. But the height of these is like perfect, especially because obviously you're not going to be able to see them underneath my dress. I wanted something that was obviously, there's an alarm going off somewhere. I don't think it's ours now. I don't think it's ours. Yeah, I wanted something that was obviously comfortable. That was like my #1 priority. And then when I picked my dress up from the shop that I bought it from, the girls were saying about avoiding having like too many sort of like little diamondy bits on your shoes that could potentially catch on your dress. So after they said that, I was a bit like, oh, I didn't really think about that. So then I was looking for quite a plain wedding shoe, but obviously I didn't want them to just be completely plain. It took me quite a while to settle on the shoes basically, and I ordered quite a few different pairs from New Look. So these are from Next, and this little bit that goes sort of just over the front of your foot, it has got like a little diamonds on, but it's got like a little diamond, a pearl, a diamond, a pearl, which I just think is a really nice little bit of detail. I don't think I'll have a problem with any of that catching on my dress. They've just got like a sling back. I think what I might possibly try doing on the morning is putting double-sided like sticky tape on my heel so that this stays in place, because I do find that if my foot does slip forward a little bit, this sort of like comes off my heel at the back. But because it's got like this bit around my foot, even if this was to slip off, the actual shoe won't fall off my foot. They are very comfortable. I feel very secure. I like the look of them. Win-win. These were £52 from Next, because that was the other thing I found. A lot of the shoes that were like coming up, but just when I was googling, were like closer to £200, and I just didn't want to pay that for a shoe that I'm probably going to wear once and nobody's going to see underneath my dress really. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. I can't wait to wear them. So yeah, that's my wedding shoes. I'm going to go and check my phone because I have just heard it ping, and that might be Asda telling me that my order is ready. It is. Sorry, one product was not available. Oh no. I got just like a £1 lottery ticket for my dad that I thought it'd be cute to just put in with his Father's Day presents, but the lottery ticket isn't available. Yeah, I'm gonna go into town, get what I need, get the shopping, come back home, and I might sit in the garden for a little bit when it does start to cool down. Sit in the garden with my book and just enjoy some peace and quiet. Just me and little Nelson, just chilling. It's a bit hot in the sun. everyone, how are we all doing? Ignore the way that I look. I know you can't properly see what I'm wearing, but I've got such a like mix of clothes going on. I've not long been home from work, and does anybody else feel like this when they get home from work and you're literally just desperate to get out of your work clothes? I feel like I'm always desperate to have a shower as early as possible, but then obviously, especially in the summer, if I'm like showered and in my pajamas by like 5:30, it's a little bit weird if anybody like comes round or anything happens and I'm fully like ready for bed at 5:30. So yeah, I've literally just like shoved my pajama bottoms on, shoved this shirt on that was just like in the bedroom. I've probably like walked the dog in it or something, but yes, anyway, I thought I would just have a little chat to you all, because I know I say it every time, but it really has been a very long time since I've picked the camera up, since I've actually spoken to you. I think it's probably been like the longest that I've ever not filmed anything or updated you all. I know I've mentioned it a lot. Have I got something on my face? Why does it look like I've got a black eye? Yeah, I know I've mentioned it a lot in like previous videos and things about obviously everything that we've got going on. We are getting so close to the wedding now, really close. So I've been all over the place the past few weeks. I had my little like pre-wedding holiday to Benidorm with a couple of the girls. It was just perfect. It was like the perfect little girly holiday, and it also made me just so excited for our honeymoon, because I feel like the honeymoon isn't really something that I've thought that much about, just because everything obviously is all about the wedding and just making sure everything's sorted for that. But it's been so long since me and Louis have been on holiday. It's actually a little bit mad to like think about, because obviously back in the day our holidays were just a yearly thing. We would have our holiday booked and think about where we were going, and since COVID we've obviously like we've not been away. We moved, we did the Reno, we're doing the wedding. So I think it's been about, I don't think until this year, I don't think I'd been on holiday since 2018. So it probably has literally been, what, maybe it's like 5 years since me and Louis have been on holiday together. So yeah, I'm excited about the honeymoon. But yeah, anyway, been to Benidorm and then got back. I was home for like a day, 2 days, and then we went to York for my mum's 60th, just me, my sister and my mum. That was really nice. Even though it was like another weekend away, I only got back from Benidorm on the Wednesday and we went to York on the Friday, so it was like a quick turnaround. But that was like just, we stayed in sort of like a little log cabin and just had a day out in York, and there was like a hot tub, so that was like the perfect chilled weekend. Sorry if you can hear loads of like noises going on in the background. The washing machine's on. I'm just doing some pasta for my tea. So yeah, that was last weekend that we were in York, and it's currently Thursday, so this weekend, tomorrow, we are going on my third and final hen do. So this is like the hen do of all hen dos from what I've heard. No, this is like my proper hen do. So this is the hen do that everyone is going on. I do now know where we're going. So we are going to Manchester, which I'm really excited about. It sounds perfect from what I've heard. I do know quite a bit more than what I originally knew. Obviously up until a couple of weeks ago I didn't know where we were actually going, but yeah, I do know like a little bit of the plan, a few bits and bobs, stuff that we're doing. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. So I need to get myself sorted tonight. I am off work tomorrow morning, so I'll have a bit of time to get stuff sorted, but I think we're setting off at like around about lunchtime. So yeah, busy, lots going on. And then after this weekend, we don't have anything properly like planned in, I don't think, other than like just sort of your usual bits and bobs. We don't have any more like weekends away or anything too crazy in the lead up to the wedding. It really will just be like a proper countdown. I've been getting so many deliveries. I think I am gonna do a like a wedding haul. I just feel like while I've got everything piled up, I might as well like show some of the bits that I've got. I'll film it in the next couple of weeks, but I probably won't upload it until after the wedding, because like some bits are sort of little surprises and some bits that I've got for Louis and the bridesmaids and things like that, and I don't want to like ruin anything. Plus it's just a lot of the things that are going to be at our wedding, and I don't want anyone to watch this video that is going to be at the wedding and sort of like, I don't know, just not ruin it, but it will be nice for some things to be like a surprise for the day. So yeah, I will film that at some point, because it's literally just like delivery after delivery every single day. So in terms of like home updates, obviously again I've mentioned this a lot in my previous videos, but you probably know nothing has been happening with the house. Everything is all just like wedding. But Louis has finished the floor in the utility, so I don't think I even showed any of him like doing it. It was another one that he sort of did a little bit of it, and then nothing got done for a few weeks while we were like both away and stuff, and then he did a little bit more, and he's just finished it this week. So I'll turn you around and show you what the utility is looking like. Obviously, like I said, the washing machine is on, so just ignore that. This is literally just, I haven't moved anything, so this is just raw footage of what the house looks like. I'll put the light on because it can be a little bit dark in here. So we just moved everything back into this room last night, so that's probably why it's looking a little bit neater than normal. Don't actually know what all of this is on here, maybe stuff that needs washing. But yeah, we've just put this like unit that was from my dad's old kitchen back in here. But it's nice that we've got a little bit of worktop. Obviously this fridge that we pretty much just use for alcohol, but we don't really drink that much alcohol, so yeah, that's just a bit of a random fridge. But we keep all of Nelson's raw food in the freezer. So yeah, this was the last bit of flooring that needed doing. So the entire downstairs is now fully finished. We have floor everywhere, which is amazing. We managed to, well, Louis managed to get it all the way through, so we don't have a threshold, which makes me happy. So yeah, I do feel like we've accomplished something. What else? I feel like there was something else that I was gonna show you, possibly this room. So I think I showed you in there, the flooring's done in there. This is the living room. Obviously the flooring has been done in here for a while. Louis has had a little bit of a clear out in here, because this is sort of the room that he's been using as a little bit of like a workshop while he's been doing the flooring elsewhere. He'll like cut the planks and stuff in here, so there was a lot of offcuts and a lot of like sawdust and just mess basically. So he's had like a really quick sort of tidy up of all the really messy bits. But obviously we are just still using this room as a little bit of like storage. The stuff out of Louis's car in here, the stuff out of this downstairs cupboard that can go back in there. We've got like some leftover flour in there, and yeah, as you can see, just sort of bits and bobs. But this room is literally ready to be skimmed. The walls and the ceiling, once we get those skimmed, we can literally like paint, decorate, move our furniture in here. And I do think that this is a room that we're definitely gonna hopefully look at doing like as soon as possible. It's a little bit of a difficult one, because I think it's affecting us both like mentally at the moment, just because, sorry, I'm just checking on my pasta, just because we don't have like a single room in this house anywhere near finished. I mean, it would be a little bit ambitious to say that any room would be finished, obviously with everything that's been going on this year, but I just mean like nowhere is anywhere near. And I do think that it'll just give us a little bit of a boost and a little bit of motivation to actually be able to focus on the house in general. Obviously once the wedding is done, we can start thinking about the house again, but we do still have a lot of jobs that are like the boring jobs and the expensive jobs and jobs that we're not really gonna get that much like thrill from or really see that much progress, but that need doing, like the insulation upstairs for example. I'll take you upstairs and show you what I mean. I've probably explained this before, but this is the #1 job that we need to do like straight after the wedding, before the weather starts changing, because we currently have no loft insulation in like the upstairs extension that we did. And we just managed, well I say we managed last winter. Everything was a little bit crazy, we had a lot going on, and yeah, we did basically just sort of live without putting the heating on as much as possible. Obviously the prices had shot up as well, so I know a lot of people were in the same situation, but we have still no doors downstairs, none of these internal doors anywhere, so we weren't able to like, you know, shut the door and just heat one room or anything. It was difficult, and we can't do that again this year. So even though we would love to like focus on this room, get the wall skimmed, like get the fireplace sorted, get it decorated, get skirting boards, things like that, we do obviously also need to do things in like a practical way. And yeah, we obviously just need to think about things from like a realistic point of view as well, that the living room that we're using currently is absolutely fine. So even though we really want to do this room, and I do think that it'll like lift our spirits, we do need to be like sensible with it as well. But yeah, I'll go and show you upstairs, show you the next job that is going to be on our list. Not anytime soon. I'm sure you can all appreciate that we're still in wedding mode, we're on the wedding countdown, we're going on our honeymoon straight after the wedding, so pretty much all of August is like written off for us, but we will then be focusing on these jobs hopefully as of like September. So quickly, before my pasta is ready, this is obviously the situation I've showed before. We've got this like thermal curtain here, which was just literally the best that we could do last year. We just stuck it there for good measure, but I do appreciate that it's probably not doing anything. Obviously it's summer now, so it doesn't really matter, but come winter we do need to rethink this whole situation. So this is this situation basically. I don't really have anything, I don't have any words. This is the only storage we've really got. The existing loft wasn't boarded, obviously we converted the garage, so yeah, this is the situation. This is the situation with the like loft. This is what I mean, obviously this is literally the roof, so in the winter any heat literally just escapes through here. So we need to insulate all of this. We also need to put the door on here. We do have the door. I managed to get some off Facebook Marketplace I don't know, a few months ago. So we do have a door to go on here, so we need to get that door hung. We probably will do something with these gaps around the door frame, put in some insulation, just whatever we can do to like limit the gaps. But yeah, we've got that door, it just needs to be hung, so we need to get that done. We need to get the loft insulation. Before we can put the loft insulation up, Louis needs to basically cut all of these like wooden beams that are hanging over. So this was the old like external wall of the house, so this is the old roof, and as you can see it's absolutely disgusting. I don't think I'll be going anywhere near this, but it's just awkward that it hangs over like right along, so Louis is just gonna have to like cut them all, which will probably be a pretty messy job. So we need to think about all of this and either clear this room or clear it a little bit, cover things. Yeah, that's a job that needs doing first, and then we'll focus on the loft insulation. But we won't then be doing anything else with this room. It will just probably continue to stay like this as a bit of a storage room for a long time. Once obviously we've got the loft insulation and we've got the door on and we don't have to worry about like losing heat from the rest of the house or anything, we'll maybe get sort of like, you know, the draft things for like the bottom of the door, and we'll really just try and like secure this room off from the rest of the house so that we literally just don't have to worry about it, don't have to think about it. It's not causing us any stress or anything, and we can literally just put this side of the house out of our minds and focus on like downstairs and the rest of the house and things like that. So yeah, this is #1 job come September. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an update. This video was sort of like, I filmed the beginning of the video like weeks ago, so I just wanted to say hello, give you a little like update because it has just been so long, and obviously I know I'm gonna be busy all of this weekend and in the lead up to the wedding. I'm not sure what the situation will be with videos, but I don't think that it's going to be like top of my priority list, and obviously there's not really going to be anything going on in terms of the house. I don't know how interested people are in like the wedding content. I don't want to sort of blabber on too much about the wedding because I appreciate a lot of people will be here for the like house content, but that will be back as of September, so stick around to hopefully see a lot more progress towards the end of the year. But yeah, let me know if you do want to hear any more about the wedding. Like I said, I will do like a dedicated wedding haul video, so obviously if you are interested you can watch that. If you're not, then you don't have to. But yeah, I do promise that the house content will be back very soon, so I hope you're all as excited as I am to see a little bit of progress be made in this house, because oh, that's just the washing machine. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes to live in a Reno and not really see much progress be made. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna finish this video here and eat my tea and get myself sorted for my third and final hen do tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all very soon.